There we go, that's better. And we are live with Tier 1 of the EU League of Contest of Speed at Silverstone, the home of British motor racing and indeed Formula 1. I'm Two Spell Wizard, I'm here with my brother Titchy this evening.
Hello.
And it's a glorious sunny day for qualifying for our super rapid European people.
The best.
The best of the best of the best.
Yes. Looking forward to it.
On board with the majestic McLaren as it is going through Cops. Through Maggots. And Beckett's. And Chapel Curve. We've noticed there's been myself and my brother have noticed there's been a poor attempt at corners this weekend, so we're going to rectify that. Corners will be named
by name
this evening, by name, including the ill-forgotten Chapel Curve. Let's not forget Maggots and Beckett's does have an ending
and
before
entry.
It gets onto the Hanger Straight and Aintree. Let's not forget Aintree and the Loop and Village and all of these places.
All of them.
This is the home of Formula 1. This is going to be respected. There's a reason that the curbs are classic black and white. There's a reason that 7 of the teams are based in this country, 4 of which just round the corner.
Yes. I do believe it is Ghost's first man out on a lap.
This McLaren's got a lot of traffic.
Yeah. Yeah, Ghosts will be the first man to set a lap time.
Through Cops. He's only just ahead of the McLaren as well. Yellow flag at the end of the national pit straight. Maggots, Beckett's. Down to 4th to get the acceleration. Powers into 5th. Down the Hanger Straight. My former teammate, round Stowe, into Vale. Round Club Corner.
Yeah.
Finish line to 126.
It's a great
25 for McLaren. V6 racer. Next up we've got a Mercedes. Gabriel Paco does a 1.7.27.1. Let's get the tyres up as well. Barrymere out there on mediums, apparently.
Sector the new man. Jonathan, another new man.
Jonathan, our new man, sets a 1.26.2. It's heating up already. We're expecting them to dip into the 25 and we get a 25.7 back.
Yeah. Any poll time guesses in the chat.
New Red Bull goes over the line, getting out of the way. Giving a bit of a toe to his teammate. This is what we love to see it. We love to see it. Dives out of the way, does he? No, he keeps that. He's invalidated. Much tragedy. Such sad.
That was sad.
10 people already on hot lap, or have completed hot laps.
And the Varmey out on the medium.
I think there's a Varmey out on the medium, isn't it?
Yeah, he has invalidated.
He's invalidated as well. What about this Renault? Was that Matty's already set a lap, or is it Ferrero Rocher? It's Ferrero Rocher. Everyone's favourite chocolate. 93 car dives into Vale. Keeps it nice and tight through club. Gets on the power nice and early. Over the line he goes. A 26.4. Right in the mixer. There's a Toro Rosso coming over the line. It's Conzo. To start a lap. I know he just finishes a lap, but he goes P11 and 27.2. He doesn't light up the timing screens. The Red Bull going over the line. Was that to start a lap after invalidating? I don't know. We've got Jacob. He's just crossing the line now. He sets a 126.6. They're all coming in quick and fast. Through
Stowe now. The championship
Lewis
leader.
into Stowe. Our very own Michael Schumacher.
down into Vale.
You will all know the names of these corners before the end of this race, I promise you. Lewis goes fastest, 26 dead, he can go faster. There are a few people who can go faster than that. It's not over yet, ladies and gentlemen.
Everyone can, I think. No one.
Cliffy's about to start a lap, I think. He's on the hard tyres. Is he going to wind up the ERS now?
No, he's going to do it through Vale.
Out of the last corner, or is he just getting a bit of time in, or is he doing it as late as possible? Yeah. I think he's just getting some practice in.
Yeah.
Now everyone very quick to go out onto those soft tyres makes me think that it's going to be wet at some point.
Varamir only want to go out on a medium route. Don't know if we have any news.
Do we have any news in the chat anyway? Have we missed it?
I don't know. No. Nothing so far. But yeah, all on the soft, so I assume.
Because you'd think some of them would try them. Mind you, it is quite a set on one stop, this race. Although, even if it is dry.
If you want the best out of the mediums, I think putting them, not going out on them first is the best way to go.
Ghost is again going to be the first man onto a lap. Let's go on board with him. He winds it up. There is a force injury, a racing point rather, right behind him.
He's also going onto a lap around here.
Well, we'll go behind him then. Through Abbey, round farm, into village. Take notes, people.
Round the loop.
Round the loop. Exiting into village, which is a corner, even though it's flat out, even in the rain. Sorry, entry rather, we've just done the loop. Down the Wellington Straight. Lovely chip shop in a windmill just to your left here, as we go through Brooklands, round Luffield. Exiting onto the National Pit Straight, past Woodcote. Cutting as much as you can. Here's the old pit lane where the Formula 2 goes. Through one of the best corners in a Formula 1 car ever. Copped. He does lift off a little bit there though, Varamir. Interesting. Through Maggots, which is the first two parts here. Then Beckett's, which is the second two parts here.
And then the fast left-hander out.
And the fast left-hander of Chapel. Onto the Hanger Straight, which is a good 15-minute walk. Lovely Porsche experience on the left there. They usually have Le Mans cars sitting outside. Through Stowe. Diving down into Vale. Which then opens up into Club. Onto the start-finish straight. And it's a 1:26.5 for Varamir, who definitely wants to be getting himself up there these days. After a slow start to the championship. Do you want to give us a recap on our championship tip while we're here?
Recap, yep. All good. Lewis is currently top after this history. The gap's closed after Calzo's win last week. He's only 5 points behind now. So there is a challenge with People's Champion 3, 4 points behind Calzo on 42. And then you've got a host of drivers like Jacob on 34 and Alf on 23. Cookie, who's not here, unfortunately, is on 20. And Ferrer Rocher is on 19. The Constructors is more open, where you've got Williams and Toro Rosso at the top. Williams on 61 and Toro Rosso on 56. Then a gap to both McLaren and Alfa on 43. So it's close in there with Racing Point on 38. So it's all close, really. Then a few of the new guys will slot in, hopefully, try and catch up some points today that they've missed out on early on.
Very good, very good. And as it has been pointed out in the chat, it is a bit of a thick grid today. It's fantastic to see, especially for Tier 1. Hashtag make Tier 1 great again. Calzo, who's making that challenge of the title would want to be higher up on the grid than 8th at the moment. Can he gain a couple of tenths here, pop into the top 2 or 3? 4th will have to do. He'll have another run.
I would like to point out I love New Future's helmet.
Oh, let's have a look.
It's absolutely beautiful.
Let's find this. Oh, it's spectacular.
It's a pumpkin.
It's gonna make me think Nightmare Before Christmas. Unfortunately, Queen Elizabeth isn't a massive fan of motor racing. People in the chat. If you're very lucky, you'll see William. He's much more of a sportsman.
Yes, he is.
He will be in the hospitality section, just right-hand side of the entrance of Vale. They have lovely little canapes and drinkies there from their corporate tent.
Yes.
We'll see if we can get you a review of it from someone, maybe on board with one of the with Calzo maybe on his tour or so. Conzo will be on a lap. Here we go, Freeman gets some Beckett's. Anyone looking out for British Royal Family will point out where they are. Ooh, bit of grass kicked up there for a chapel. It's literally just behind the entrance to the pit lane.
Yeah. It's very difficult to see them. Just over here.
Just here, yes, that's it. Right next to them there.
Lovely. By that big screen.
Boris could be in attendance, but he has only just recovered from the coronavirus, so maybe he'll be trying to keep away from sporting events.
No Future coming round Stowe now to complete his flying lap.
And Jonathan will just be starting a lap in the Mercedes, I imagine.
Yeah.
No Future up to 14th.
Not bad.
The top 14 all faster than yesterday's pole position in Tier 2. That's how good Tier 1 is.
Yes.
Pole position in Tier 2 would only be good enough for 15th right now.
Yeah. Although there was wet running yesterday, so wet setups were being used.
This is true, there were some tweaked setups.
Has been wet conditions.
Oh, very wide. Out of left field there, and that compromises Woodcut, which is going to go. Is he going to abandon the lap? We'll see where he is on his time. That's how you go through cops. Balls to the wall. Inspired simple black and white design. He's half a second down. He's going to peel into the pit.
Yes. Get himself another run. They're all, I believe, going to come out on another run. Sector is the first man out for his final run. On his out lap.
Sector is about to start his lap, isn't he? In the Red Bull. Keep an eye on that. Which McLaren is that out first? Is that People's Champ Fruit or?
No, it's V6.
Oh, Matrix has made it.
He won't be in his normal Haas though.
He won't be in the normal Haas, he will be in a Ferrari.
I presume, yes. As it is the first available car.
So we'll have 19 people on the grid here tonight. Fantastic.
So yeah, we've got Sector and then V6 racer.
Then Alp, then Fruit.
Yeah. They're quite spread out at the moment though.
They're wanting to leave it early.
Down towards the first sector mark. Slightly up on his time. Oh, and he's just invalidating Brooklands. No.
No, he's still going. It's not come up red.
Oh, it came up red for me. Might just be a glitch on my part.
McLaren V6 racer starting his fast lap now. There's a yellow flag in Sector 1. That'll be people coming out the pit lane, I imagine. And yeah, Sector 2. Ooh, interesting. Okay.
Oh, it's a... I believe it's a racing point down slowly. Yeah, it's Faramir who's just tooting around. taking his time on his outlet, which is fair enough.
He's coming.
Checked. Yeah, I think he did invalidate. That'll be his qualifying over then. E6 racer is a 10th on his time.
That will bump him up a couple of places into P6 sector, who won't be able to improve in his Red Bull.
This is an issue.
Let's watch him through cops on his fast lap. Giving as much curve as possible. Swoops through, beautiful. Beautiful. Bit of a wobble on exit, but beautiful. Maggot. Beckett's down to 6th. And I usually go down to 4th here, but some people stay in 5th. I like 4th because it drops you down, keeps you hugging closer to the corner, and then you can accelerate out quicker. Down Hanger Straight. Where you'll be able to see me, Ricky, Titchell, Sam, dives down into Vale, past Royalty, past Boris, past whoever's there. Accelerating out for a club. He goes second, fantastic lap there.
Root is nearly 4 attempts up on his time, which is going to put him near the front.
There's a lot of traffic, there's a lot of traffic. Oh no! Big Ghost just about to get out of the way there.
That's going to cost him a bit, I think.
He goes pole though!
He goes pole anyway!
He goes pole anyway, Root. And he very much gets out of the way. Lewis goes over the line to start his lap.
Yes.
This is the man who's likely to beat pole position. Keep an eye on some other lap times for us around the track. I know the racing points are halfway around the circuit. Jacob is the second one.
What's that out? He's now the final man on his lap.
Baramir's not on a lap. But Jacob is on a lap.
Yes.
He's backed off though.
Yeah.
Paco's just finishing a lap though. Into Vale. Through club. Nice aggressive line there. Early on the power. Can he move up a couple of places? He can't.
Conzo coming around
Conzo next. Into Vale. Also early on the power. Can he move into the top 10? No.
Jonathan 10th up through the first 2 sectors.
Goes pole! First man into the 25s. Mercedes lead. Carlsbury can't improve.
Big Slater jumps up.
Ghosts can't improve. Where is the championship leader? Here he is. And he takes pole. Championship leader Lewis.
Alf comes around the final corner and goes P4.
Fantastic.
Oh, Calzo's off the track.
Calzo was off the track at the exit of club. So there we go.
Magic.
And like we said, super fast, top 15, all quicker than yesterday's pole time. Lewis with just a slight advantage, only a couple of hundredths of a second quicker than Jonathan. Fruit was also messed up on his on his flying lap rather, we think, by Ghost, so he could have been a contender. I think he's lost a good 10th there.
Yeah.
Alpine P4 doing well for Alfa Romeo in the absence of Cookie. Spent too long in the greenhouse today. For Rocher in 5th, V6 racer 6th, Jacob 7 in the Racing Point, Calzo Championship Challenger down in 8th, but he'll be stronger in the race, you'd imagine. Big Slater doing himself no disservice at all, P9, Sector in P10, Gary Paco 11, 12 Cliffy, Matty, Varamir, no future seat, Ghost, Carlsbury and Conzo, only a second separating the entire field of these super quick drivers.
I have been informed in the chat that there will be no rain. It is dry in the race.
It is a dry, sunny afternoon in Silverstone. I love how nobody has argued in the chat that it isn't the home of Formula One.
Thomas says in the chat that Fruit lost 2 temps.
Yeah, I can imagine that. Even if it was just the hesitation, not knowing where Ghost was going to go.
Yeah.
We definitely saw that. It'd be interesting. He's always quicker in the race as well. So if he's got the speed for P3 with an error, we could be seeing a first victory of the season for our champion. He's already picking up points. He's in the hunt, as you'd expect. One of his championship challenges is on pole. The other one is down in 8th place. Lots of fast drivers there, but Fruit definitely one of those guys who is much stronger in the race.
V6 race of the first.
And Bodhod talking to us from the future.
Yes.
It's very true. It's very, very true.
Slater is doing very well.
Happy Thursday to you, Bodhod. Happy Thursday to you.
It's still Wednesday.
Still Wednesday in the civilised world. Will it let me change cameras? Apparently not. Oh, it's gone AI. Probably saving his qualifying footage.
I assume so.
Everyone in the top 10 on softs. Some people trying the contra strategy, but obviously it is a pretty nailed on one stop anyway.
Yeah.
And if there's a safety car, you could bolt on some hards and go to the end.
Vatamir on the alternate, Cliffy and the Gamer Packer and Carlsbury down in 17th as well. Matrix joins in P19 in a Ferrari. The engine sounds the same as the Haas, so at least he's got that aspect.
So, we've got interesting at the front. These four, I imagine, will all be very, very quick. For Roche, who's dropped behind a very fast-forming Racing Point, who's letting him back through now. That
is the way we like to see it. Thomas
Racer still on the grid. Calzo. Calzo, I can imagine, coming through. Big Slater, it'll be interesting to see what he can do. Now remember, Matrix is of course from the back scoring points for Haas.
Yes.
I imagine Big Slater will just be scoring points for himself or whatever future team he gets put in. If his stay in Tier 1 is permanent. Return to Mercedes this week. Cliffy. Matty as well. Varamir I'm expecting to come through the field. Carlsbury's always been a better racer than he has been a qualifier. Konzo will want to be helping out his teammate wherever he can. And Kimi Räikkönen himself at the back of the grid. The front forms up. As we await the start of the British Grand Prix for Contest of Speed. 5 lights. And we wait. And here at Silverstone, it's go, 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 better start for the Mercedes and the Williams. The Mercedes is going to take the lead into turn 1, surely. Lewis holds it out, he holds it out around the outside.
Ferrero Rocher's up the inside.
Side for P2 as we go further down the grid. There's a severe collision at the back with Cliffy and the Williams, who is at the back, unfortunately. Yes. I don't know who his severe collision was with. He's not got any damage though. His teammate leads. Russia with a double move into Brooklands round Luffield. Fruit is still there up the inside. But he's made it stick. Fantastic move from the Renault.
Oh no, there's 3 of them going.
And there's a Mercedes round the outside. Jonathan is absolutely so. He gets pushed a bit wide there. He'll probably find himself getting a warning removed if he got one there. Race leader Lewis out of Chapel onto the Hangar Straight.
Already have a second lead. Because
of the fighting going on behind him. Big movers and shakers. No future to see is up to 11th. Matty's up to 8th. And Ferrero Rocher up to 2nd. Bit wide there from Lewis. If he does that too much, he'll be getting a penalty. We'll have to keep an eye on that.
Oh, Calvo's in.
Calzo boxes. Terrible start there.
I believe he's got
For one of the championship leaders. Maybe he was involved with Cliffy at the start.
But yeah, the Renaults both have moved massively up the field as Matty jumps to 6th now.
Jacob's going backwards as Jacob run wide.
He's got damage, right end plate damage.
It's all falling apart for the Racing Point series. He's going to let his teammate through, who's right behind him. Looks like it, yeah. Calzo's gone on hard. We'll go back to the tyres now for the position change. Jacob won't be as charitable at letting everyone else through.
Oh, three-way
There's a Ferrari in the wall at the back. There's a Matrix. He's got damage on the other end plate. Fruit is at the front of this queue behind Ferrero Rocher. Lewis is getting away. He runs wide again. That's twice in 2 laps. He's really on the ragged edge of a penalty here.
He does need to watch himself.
Keep an eye for some things going on late further down the field. We've got a few in the pit lane. I'm imagining one of them is the Racing Point. We've got the other Williams of Cliffy and the other sector in the Red Bull. Fruit is right up behind. DRS now enabled. Don't forget the Mercedes of Jonathan as well. Alp hanging on in there, our American tier champ. Here we go, full attack mode. Or no attack mode really, for Fruit. Decides he doesn't want to do it here.
He'd rather do it into Stowe, is the question.
He's got to be careful of that Mercedes behind him.
Jonathan giving him a run for his money. Matty has joined in the back of this as well. And bringing Big Slater along with him.
Yeah, the top 7 all in a train behind P2 really.
Yeah.
Race leader not getting too far ahead. Because the people here all do have pace around Silverstone. They've definitely closed the gap on Lewis in his absence. Yeah, he's brilliant stuff setting up here. Another fastest lap for the race leader, 1:30.1 on heavy fuel. I think because of the slow wave... Oh no, Fruit's gone wide! He got a swapper! Coming through farm.
Coming behind out. He's dropped 2 blazes.
And that's given Ferrero Rocher a bit of a breather. It's going to be Alp all over Jonathan then is the main one, but obviously Jonathan's also got DRS enabled. Alp again has been very consistent this season, but has been involved in other accidents, which belies his position in the championship.
Goes past Paco into P9.
Calzo, Cliffy and Matrix all on the slowest tyre, but they will make it to the end nice and easy. They will be hoping for a safety car. The Cliffy's in the pit lane again. I wonder if he's coming in to retire.
No.
Alp can't get through. Action a bit further back. Paco trying to get past Ghost.
Yeah, they've been battling away since the beginning. Paco on the mediums, Ghosts on the softs.
Another 10th quicker for Lewis in the lead. 2.5 seconds now he leads over Ferrero Rocher. We had a fantastic start with that brilliant passing where he took 2 people on lap 1. It was supplies the yellow flag.
This Matrix, I believe.
That is Matrix, okay. How's Baromir doing, Baromir? On his mediums, has fallen a bit off the back of the guys in front of him. Tier 2 champ last year. Oh! And Ghost is off on the Wellington Straight. And we have a full course safety car. He's done what Massa and Kimi Raikkonen did by the looks of it. I wonder if Paco was involved in that.
It's a similar place to where Sneaky Tom crashed in Tier 3 on Monday, which brought out a safety car.
And Matrix would have to be careful. If I were Matrix, I would stay out an extra lap and not get caught up being lapped by the safety car and then sort your tyres out. Oh dear, he's coming in.
I do believe the leaders will come in though.
All of them, hopefully. Speeding under the safety car. So here we go. What are we going to have? Race leader, is he going to take the mediums? Mediums should make it from now, especially when the track will relaunch. Everyone is going to come in.
Yeah. The game of Paco, even the game of Paco's coming in to fit the hards, I believe. Baromir in. Carlsbury in. Calzo will be the first one that doesn't, I believe. But he isn't close enough. So Matrix is out.
Matrix has made it. Obviously Slater on the hards. Oh, Slater is on the hard. Why is Slater on the hards? Decided to go for hards. Fair enough.
They've all gone for mediums.
Medium should make it. I mean, the race isn't going to go live again until, I imagine, at the earliest lap 7, but it'll be lap 8 surely.
Yeah, Matrix has got to catch up the field, yeah.
So mediums, the Paco's gone soft.
He had to.
Bold play.
Yeah, he could have gone hards. He's gone softs though.
Bold. I mean, they will make it, but in what state?
They'll be. I think they'll only go. They'll be goners by lap 20.
It's just they go surprising distance, those softs.
Yeah.
It's very strange for tyre wear, this track.
At the end of the race, the softs are fantastic to be on because they seem
definitely.
to go. They go forever, and
so we've got a reset. Carlsbury will have to catch up the field. He will be on a delta.
he won't be if they've caught up. So,
Matrix, sorry, I'll have to be coming through now. Going full conk down the back straight.
Cliffy is in again, probably to fit the mediums, I presume.
Well, that's why I'd have waited for track limits exceeded there by one of the McLarens. This is why as Matrix I'd have waited a lap anyway, just to have a lap fresher.
Well, Cliffy would have held up Lewis in the pit if it had come in.
That's true, and actually no, that's worked out well for Matrix because Matrix has made up a position.
Yes.
Because obviously Cliffy had to do more of that lap under Delta.
Yeah.
So it has worked out for a track position for Matrix. Your thoughts in the chat, everyone. Everyone on mediums. Big Slater on the hards. Is he going to go backwards? Paco's going to go forwards, but he's going to have to pit again. But then again, if there's another safety car, he's done, oh, Matrix, where is he going?
I don't know. Seems to be struggling around.
The other Ferrari in the pit lane. Calzo will be right back in this race now, though. He's on optimum strategy. He's just a bit further back, so watch out for him coming through.
Carlsbury's back in.
Carlsbury's coming back out again. He might make it.
He's
not going to make it.
Sure,
well, I'd have come back in for some mediums.
Yeah.
I'd have gone on to my softs and then swapped onto the mediums, unless he feels there's going to be another safety car, in which case fair play.
I think he's gambling on another safety car. I think where he is right now,
he'd rather have the track position.
Yeah. We'll see how it plays out. Then you've got Baromir on the hard as well, in P12. He went for that strategy instead of changing to the soft side. He could have been one that could have rotated tyres around and come back in and not lost too much time. Not too many positions anyway.
Big winners out of that then.
Is everyone that's caught up to Lewis.
No future to see. He's got well, everyone's got up to Lewis. And with ballsy moves into Brooklands like lap 1, is Ferrero Rocher going to go for that again?
That would spice the race up at the front. Get someone in front of Lewis.
No future to see right back up there.
Yeah. Cliffy has just gone past Matrix.
Tector is on his old medium tyres.
No, for another lap under the safety.
Yeah, another lap under the safety car. Matrix is now last. He must have gone off again.
Jacob's also rotated his tyres and gone back to mediums.
I wonder if I were Matrix, I'd pit again.
If he's got another set of mediums, yeah.
There's a Haas in the pits.
It's a racing point.
Oh, it's a racing point, it's pink. Racing point. Varamir going off his hards and back onto mediums. He's probably been listening.
Yeah.
And thinking, you know what, yeah, I'll have a piece of that medium pie. Matrix does stay out. Lots of warning going on here for staying out of track. Please stay on the track under the safety car.
Yeah. Varamir now dead last. Not on fresher mediums.
I agree, it's a weird choice, but he's risking it. He wants the track position, he knows he'll be a bit quicker for a few laps, he's going to risk
If there is a safety car in 10 laps
the later
time,
safety car, exactly. It is a big risk.
Will come in for a set of softs then.
And so will he.
Yeah.
And I mean, he could stretch out ahead of the people behind him as well.
Yes. If he can get through the field a little bit.
The field is bunched. We will be on board with the leaders. If you can sort of go halfway down the grid, if you maybe stick on Paco with his soft tyres.
That was my plan.
Because surely this Mercedes Gullwing is coming into the pit lane.
Yeah.
It is. Lewis backs off down the hanger straight.
Just after the pit entry is when you can start overtaking people again.
Although the racing, the start-finish line is in fact in the rules the de facto overtaking position.
Yeah.
So people shouldn't, he could leave it until the Exeter Club if he wanted to. And anyone who overtook him would be penalised. He's gone already, into Vale. He's our race leader, but Ferrero Rocher's gone with him. There's a collision between Racer and Conzo at the back.
Yeah.
Jonathan absolutely napping at the start. Fruit all over the back of Alp.
There's a big gap already opened up between Paco and Sector in the 9th and 10th.
He's not close enough, is Rocher, for his dive into Brooklands. I tell you who is. Fruit, if he wants to go for it. That soft shod tyre is going to get such a better exit on the Mercedes. Get to the wide line to get the better action. Not that he needs it with these tyres, he's going to be going faster and faster. He'll have the grip through top. He'll be up with them in Maggots and Beckett's, and then he'll want to get the launch off of Chapel.
As well.
Jacob up to 13. Matty being held up behind the hood. Oh, Matty's made slight contact with no future to see, I think, from here. Matrix has retired. He's done a wobbly out of cops, I think. It's another safety car.
It was. it was coming out of cops.
Lewis is doing a bit of kidology at the front, so is Jonathan. All this kiddo is Paco going to. He does. Paco's going to go for mediums now. He will have fresher mediums. He's not going to over risk it.
Oh, how goes bumped into the back of him coming in.
Yep. Always be aware of the cars around you.
Yeah.
Medium tyres for the Mercedes. I imagine this will be a short safety car.
Yeah, should be the...
Anyone going to go for soft? Hard tyres for V6 Racer.
I don't think he had another set of mediums to go on.
He's at the back, he could come in and swap out onto his mediums.
Conzo's now being held in the pit after Calvo came in.
Mediums, everyone on mediums except for Slater and V6 Racer, who are on hard tyres. It'll be another chance for Jonathan to be awake this time for the restart.
Yep. So they'll do this lap and go around again.
So we wait again. Any thoughts in the chat? If anyone can find out what happened to Matrix, it was around about here. I'm guessing he binned it on the exit of Cops.
Yeah, it's easy to do, get on the curb too much and it just throws you off.
We were too busy paying attention to Matty and No Future to See.
Yeah.
I'm guessing Matty doesn't have any damage because he's carried on. Yeah, he's fine. And he'll be able to cool down his tyres after his spin.
The Varamir's up to 12 now.
Up to 12, he's got slightly fresher tyres. Calzo and Conzo, the Toro Rosso's on the freshest mediums, along with Paco is on 5-lap old ones from earlier, so he must have gone with a soft strategy.
Sector is on the oldest soft mediums.
And he only had one set of mediums, did Paco. Okay. That'll be what forced him onto the strategy that he went on to. The Red Bull boys 7th and 8th on debut. Alp so far has been my driver of the day, to be fair.
Yep, just chilling in there. Although Jake started...
It was a brilliant move.
It's a great start from him.
Great opportunistic move.
Went from P5 to P2. Opening lap.
No, Matty didn't bottle it. I think they hit the back of No Future to See. Did a bit of a wide a spin through Beckett's.
Don't tell him that he bottled it. That'd be harsh to say he bottled it.
Would be harsh. Right, so after 10 completed laps of this Grand Prix, we have Lewis, who's led 5 of them. We have the Mercedes Gullwing, who's led another 5. Rocher in P2. Jonathan in P3. Alp in P4. Fruit in P5. Slater running in 6th. Good credit to him.
Yeah. Doing it for
Red Bull 7th and 8th. Carlsbury 9th. In the sole Ferrari.
Yeah.
Jacob 10th. He's climbing back through the field after early misdemeanor, as is Cliffy and as is Varamir, so they're all back where they want to be. Matty didn't lose out too much after his incident there. Safety car is in this lap.
That might go racing again.
Where will he go this time? We're on board with the P2 man. Lewis has gone already.
She's bowled without a stow.
Exceeding track limits. Jonathan, he ran wide through Stowe there and was punished.
Yeah. I think the field's pretty spread out after that racing.
It is, it was a very early restart, wasn't it? Cliffy holding up Varamir.
Yeah. There's a Red Bull guard on the back of looks later in the hards. Yep. Massive long track again.
Slater has fruit up the inside of Al.
Through my field.
Onto the national pit straight. There's sidewise. It's out sensible.
Back down. Yeah. Don't ruin your race halfway through it.
Anything could happen here.
Another 3 seconds.
Paco is again in the mix of the action. He's all over the back of Matty. Matty runs wide again. He really does not like Beckett.
Oh, there's the Toro Rosso. Calzo's off again.
Calzo in his more of a rally stage today than a Grand Prix. But he's got no damage, so carry on. He's got a lot of catching up to do again though. Jonathan closer to Rocher than Rocher is to Lewis. Oh, Ghost is disconnected.
Oh no, he's already retired.
Oh, he's out, okay. That's fine. Oh, Matty's gone.
Again.
He safely rejoins as well, fair play to him. He'll have to get back in the pit lane though.
Yeah.
If he wants to retire. Not two very unfortunate safety car restarts for him. Oh, he's completely gone there. Still the tyre's very hot there. Lewis taking the lead. Jonathan all over the back of Rocher. Rocher with a better line through Cops. But now he's going to have complete slipstream. He's much slower through Maggots and Beckett. Who's going to get the better exit? Down to 4th to get the traction. Straight up to 5th. Brilliant exit from the Mercedes. Dives to the inside of the Renault. And he's got it done before the corner. Runs very wide again was Jonathan though, but he had got the move done. He didn't get the move done because he went wide at Stowe.
Yeah.
And now he's 1.5 seconds behind the leader. Can he hunt him down?
DRS enabled. He has DRS now.
Russia's still well within the DRS range of the Mercedes. Alp is well within the DRS range of Fruit. And I think Sector is going to be the man to make a move down the Wellington Straight because he's got medium tyres. Slater's got hards, although Slater got a good exit there. Yeah. And Sector isn't trying to. There's a yellow flag in Sector 3. That will be Matty coming in the pit lane, I imagine.
Yes, he's retired in the pit lane.
Fantastic, well done. Unfortunate race for him this evening. Back to the front, out, not letting Fruit go. Slightly quicker through Maggots, but not through Beckett. Is he another yellow flag? One of them racing points is round. Is it Jacob?
No, it's
Varamir.
Let's see if he's got damage. He does not have damage.
He does not have damage, just a damaged pride a bit there. Oh, Cal's going to be all over the back of him. Out can't make it stick. Sector can't make it stick. Carl's be all over the back in their future to see. Those mediums are definitely an advantage over the hards. Calzo's got to make his move stick now while Varamir's still recovering from overheated tyres. Sector makes the move into the loop, I think it was, or it might have been to Village.
It could have been, yeah.
Calzo makes his move there as well. Varamir will have the DRS down the Wellington Straight.
You're out. Still on the back of Fruit. Fruit got a better run through Cops then.
I was a bit closer before. I think the man wanting to make a move soon will be Jacob. He's coming up behind this group of cars, which I believe he's faster than.
Yes.
This lap, Big Slater will have the DRS aid, but I don't think he will after this lap.
Sector's got to try and pull the gap back to the front 5.
Ferrero Rocher not dropping off the back of Jonathan, but then again Jonathan's only lost 2 attempts in 2 laps to our race leader. Alps still not letting the champion go. He needs a better exit out of here. He slides a bit there. I think that's a good enough exit for Fruit to steer him into Brooklands.
Jacob now coming round. Up. Into Brooklyn.
Moves to the inside. No, he thinks about it. Brilliant helicopter shot.
Yeah. Lets him know he's there.
He's going to be quicker through Cops. At the same, really.
No. Jacob's had a 4 exit out of Cops, I think.
Carlsbury seems to be sliding a bit through Maggots and Beckett. Jacob more planted. Carlsbury doesn't have DRS, crucially. Into Stowe we go.
Up the inside. Sticks the move. Oh, Carlsbury's... Is he going to come back at him into Vale, though? No. Jacob keeps it. Up to P9. He's lost time to...
Alp has made it past Fruit.
Yeah, missed that one.
We missed that. Sorry, ladies and gentlemen. Sure Fruit will be having a go back. P4, change of position.
Yeah.
Still 10 laps to go here. Got plenty of action yet.
Slater's hard start coming to him more than the medium guy. Right,
well, if we have it right to the end, we'll be in a good position maybe to claw back P6, but I think at the moment there's a bit of a gap going to the top 5. What's the penalty situation?
I shall look into it.
We give the race leader a bit of footage, he hasn't had much.
The race leader Lewis has 0 warnings. Jonathan has 10 seconds from somewhere, not sure where. He's got a 10-second penalty for something. Ferrero Rocher has 2 warnings. Alp has 2 warnings. Fruit he is clean. So they're all penalty free apart from Jonathan, who's got 10 seconds. Don't know what for.
Just running wide at Stowe at the restart.
Sector has 2 warnings. Slater is clean.
Slater is not letting Sector get away. Fair play.
No future clean as well. Jacob has the 1 warning.
Paco's coming up behind V6 Racer now with hard tyres in front. Terrible camera angles.
Yeah, some of the camera angles are amazing, some of them are awful.
There we go.
Oh, Cliffy and Carlsbury are going at it.
Carlsbury down the inside. The exit of Luffield. Better traction for the Williams.
On the proper line.
This is going to... that means that Jacob's got through as well. So Jacob must have passed Cliffy, which is why Cliffy and Carlsbury were having a bit of a moment.
Yeah.
Jacob will now be hunting down the guys in front. Slater is still well in the slipstream of Sector, who's weaving all over the place. There's breaking the toe, and then there's that.
He's gone off the track.
He was a bit off the track there. Sector's not having any of that. He's still there though. Slater gets back into P6. Better traction on the medium tyres though for Sector as he comes through Club.
Brought his teammate right into this as well.
I bet you were having PTSD for that there, that move further.
Yeah.
Expecting to see a Ferrari come sliding across the front.
A Red Bull.
Oh, he backed out of that.
So now Jacob is on the back.
Only 2 seconds the gaps between the leaders. Roscoe's still right up there.
He's 1 warning away from a penalty though. Cliffy and Carlsbury still going at it. Into Luffield again.
Bit of a love bump there from the Ferrari. The 2 Red Bulls are absolutely nose and tail through Cops rather.
Jacob just behind now, making this a 4-way battle for 6th. All of them free of penalties.
This is going to be dicey after what Sector pulled on Slater last lap. Slater with a more conventional line of defence there. Holds the inside, keeps the apex to himself. But Sector's going to have a run into Vale. He takes the right.
Outbreaking.
Fair enough move there.
And now no future rotten Slater's tail.
Jacob watching with intent. Ooh, bit of a through. Abbey the village. Round the loop. For entry onto the Wellington Straight. Slater's turn to have DRS in this wonderful battle for P6. I'm really not comfortable with Sector's weaving. It's very reminiscent of Lewis Hamilton at his cheeky best. And not being the FIA, we're not going to be, I don't feel, quite as lenient as we would be to Lewis Hamilton's weaving.
Slater's through though, into Cops.
Fair play.
P6 racer seems to have joined the back of the battle for 10th for the final point.
DRS turn for Sector. Slater this time on the defensive.
Jacob
Sector pulls to the inside. Makes the move stick. Oh, there's a bit of glitching everywhere.
Yeah.
They're inside each other. It's beautiful. It's Majestic's finest.
Yeah.
Neck and neck, literally.
Yeah.
They could kiss each other from inside the helmets there.
Right now.
I believe Slater's solidified now, but then Sector goes for the dive. Slater holds it round the outside. He tries to pinch him. He's going to get the better exit on the line there, but Slater's managed to hold it. But he's going to have the DRS. Down the Wellington Straight we go.
No future's going to be here as well, coming into the corner.
Sector makes it stick.
This is around the time I think the tyres are almost similar.
This is Charles Leclerc, Max Verstappen.
Yeah.
Which I had the privilege of seeing with you obviously live. It was beautiful.
Jacob is just sat here watching it from behind. Oh, they're going side by side into Maggots.
Slater takes it into Maggots and Beckett's. Crucially, Sector will have the DRS.
Yes.
Clips a bit of grass, but he's got the DRS. His Red Bull teammate has backed off a bit because of this danger going on.
He's got Jacob right behind him now as
He
well.
pulls out, swoops round the outside. Slater holds the line on the inside. He uses the off-the-track method to get alongside there. He probably should be backing out, to be fair. He runs deep into Vale. Compromises himself for club. Over the line to start lap 22. What's going on everywhere else in the race? Slater goes for the dive bomb. It's his turn to be on the outside, into the loop.
Fruit is still behind out. Fruit saving more ERS than Alp is though, by the look of it.
Side by side on to the Wellington Straight. Slater this time. With the DRS, they're literally copying each other move for move. It's like a driving instructor's dream.
It's Cliffy, Carlsbury.
Now the other Red Bull. We've created a DRS train all the way back to 12.
Soon you'll have Conzo and Calzo coming to the back of it as well.
Still only 2 seconds between the leaders, so watch out for any potential penalties. Speaking of which, Carlsbury picks one up.
The inside of out. Fruit falls back into P4.
Fruit falls into P4. Sector on the back of Slater again. Slater takes the inside line. This is why the British Grand Prix at Silverstone is the home of Formula One, because it encourages such brilliant racing, because it's such a quick track.
Yes, most of the time spent on throttle.
Ooh, bit of a slide there from Sector, but can he get back up into the gap? But the gap that's formed between, there's like a 9-10 second gap between 5th and 6th now from all this battling. If you ever needed a textbook example of how battling affects your time on the track, here it is.
Yes, Cliffy's there, Carlsbury's there, Gabo Paco's there now as well.
Sector, is he going to go inside, outside? He goes inside. Slater says no.
Round Luffield, can he hang it round the outside? No.
Exit into Woodcut. Slater with the better exit. Sector with the Jacob's made it past the Red Bull. No future, so is Cliffy. Is Jacob going to get involved in this battle?
Carlsbury's through as well. No future's dropped to 11th, just like that.
Apparently there's 5 cars in front of this battle, but we don't care. The battle for 6th is the most exciting thing we've seen for a long time. Once again, Sector takes it, this time the inside. Better exit through Stowe. Oh, there's no contact. Decides not to overtake, but now Jacob's right behind them, as is Cliffy. Carlsbury's got involved!
Yeah, Carlsbury's ahead of No Future. The Gabo Paco hanging on the back of it as well. I think... Alpha's got the DRS on Fruit. I don't think he's close enough.
Sector with a wobble through Aintree. Slipstream for Slater. Who's going the inside? Who's going the outside? We just don't know anymore. Oh, yep, it's a late lunge on the outside of Slater. He's pushing him through Luffield.
Oh, Sector's closed him off.
Oh,
a little bit there.
A bit of a wobble there. Jacob's going to get him into comp, so he's going to have a chance. He pulls to the inside, but he thinks better of it.
Yeah.
In all that Magnus V6 racer, so it's the fastest lap. Could you have anything else? Carlsbury now on the back of Cliffy.
That's going to upset Lewis at the front. Out
back past Fruit.
Past Fruit. Where Fruit got him a few laps ago.
Slater, inside, outside. He's a bit far back this time. He's going to go for the swoop. Sector goes deep. Do they touch? No, they don't touch, but are they going to get it into Vale? Sector's going to hold the inside. Slater goes around the outside. He's going to go deep. He's going to go for a switchback to try and make Thomas really excited, but he can't pull it off.
Gonzo's now on the back of it.
Gonzo's in the train.
Cal's already 2 seconds down the road as well.
Absolute madness. Slater, is he going to go for a move? He goes to the outside because Sector goes defensive. This is absolutely fantastic. And through Aintree. On to the Wellington. Slater makes it already, but is... Yeah, he's gone deep. He's gone too deep. Is that the definitive move? Jacob round the outside, he's going to get the better traction.
Carlsbury up the inside of Cliffy as well.
Carlsbury up the inside of Cliffy. When will it end? Jacob is still in P8. Slater's made an attempt at a run for it. Sector's got to get him back in the Maggots and Beckett section. He is.
Through. Once again on out, up the inside at Stowe.
We'll get this time. Out from's one. Have we moved back and they're not close enough, but are they going to get it to Vale? Out Fruit in P4 then.
Fruit back to P4. Alp's going to have the DRS crucially on the final lap. Oh, where's he's up the inside, outside. Oh, he's got a better run. They're side by side.
P4 and P5 want a bit of telly time.
They're side by side, going through Aintree as well.
Wellington straight. Out with the DRS. Outside of the champion. Fruit says no.
He's going to have one more go at it.
Slater says no. Is Sector going to go for the dive? He loves a dive. He's too far back. Jacob is a bit too far back as well.
No Future's dropped it like to 14.
Alp's back into fourth.
What?
Through Cops.
Now into Maggots and Beckett. Fruit's going to have DRS.
Fruit will have DRS. He's got it. Oh, he's got a terrible exit. That's it. It's game over. It's game over. Yeah. We'll quickly switch to our race leader, because I think we'll have time as they go through Maggots and Beckett. Carlsbury picked up a penalty. Lewis wins the British Grand Prix. Jonathan second on debut. Ferrero Rocher third, and now we show back. And nothing happened on the straight there. Is there going to be a dive bomb from Sector? Is there going to be a dive from Jacob? There is a dive from Sector. He doesn't make it stick. Jonathan back to fifth on penalties, we just noticed. Jacob doesn't make it. Slater 6, Sector 7, Jacob 8, Paco up to 9th on penalties, Cliffy rounds out the top 10. Jonathan actually dropped back down to 5th with his 10 seconds. I forgot about his 10 seconds. Good grief.
Alp on the podium.
Alp takes the podium with an unseen move round Cop's corner. We pulled away because we thought it was going to hold until Maggots and Beckett's at least, but no, brilliant move. It must have been from Alp. We'll have to ask about that on the podium. But there's your podium. V6 with, I believe he's still got the fastest lap. Yep. Rounding out.
I think the consensus is Slater as driver of the day.
It's got to either be Slater or Alp for driver of the day, let's be honest. I mean, move of the day goes to Ferrero Rocher lap 1, where he took Alp and Fruit in one fell swoop. I know he took Jonathan and Alp, wasn't it? And
but Lewis wins again.
Lewis wins just, although we are a bit suspicious of some of that running wide into Stowe. But at the moment, on track, Lewis wins. Ferrero Rocher second, brilliant drive for the Renault, and P3 for the ever consistent Alp. What a race, everyone, what a race. Any questions you want to ask in the podium section, guys? Lewis, Ferrero Rocher, Alp, they will all be invited into the lobby. Champion Fruit just misses out on a podium. Jonathan with his 10 seconds, he could get reinstated back to second if that's changed to a warning. Big Slater, Sector, Jacob, Game Packer and Cliffy all finishing out the top 10. That's the race director there, just to, so we've got an idea of what's going on here. There is your results. What do you think of that, Titch? I'm sure everyone loved that battle for P6 in the chat.
Yeah. It was great battling towards the end.
Brilliant stuff on two different tyres as well.
It was all the way down to 15th in the end.
Absolutely spectacular. Well, you
Again, the
get
driver
busy
there
inviting
as
the
well.
drivers in. No,
Yeah.
no. Just the podium.
Invited.
Fantastic. Absolutely fantastic. This is why we love the British Grand Prix.
I think Slater looks like he belongs in Tier 1 after that as well.
Let's get that
Ow.
sexy Alfa Romeo on the pictures. Alps here. Fantastic. Well, Alp, we might as well start with you. What on earth did you do into cops on the last lap? We pulled away hoping that we were gonna watch the other footage until you guys got to the hangar straight, but you must have got through into cops. I was on the outside as well, good grief.
I would like to see that one. Yeah.
Yeah, on his exit of Beckett's and into Chapel, he was very slow, so he didn't get you down the straight there. But P3, fantastic race from you, very consistent, keeping out of trouble, getting what I imagine you'd feel is maximum points for your race there.
Alp, have you got your audio shared on this account?
We can't hear Alp. Well, Alp made a fantastic move around the outside of cops, ladies and gentlemen. Got a brilliant exit out of Luffield through Woodcut, which we missed, unfortunately, because we then dropped back to P6, which I'm sure you'll appreciate was a fantastic battle when you watch it back later.
Yeah, anyway, apart from that, the race was fine, it was quite sweaty, and yeah, apart from the safety car restarts, I thought I did a good job overall.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
Everyone seemed very close at the front. It was sort of spaced out a bit, and then there was a massive gap to the chaos that was going on behind.
So a P3 for you because Jonathan got his penalty, so it was a great move on Fruit in the end to get yourself on the podium. Well done to you.
Yeah, thank you.
Ferrero Rocher, P2 again on the podium. One step away from a win this time.
Yeah, closer than what I thought I'd be coming into this race with 5 laps of practice, but I'm sure if it wasn't for Jonathan, I don't think I'd be there.
We loved that move, that double move into Brooklands on lap 1. We got that on stream, that was spectacular. Did you just think, yeah, I'm going to go for this, they've left the space?
Well, I actually thought I had it before, and I remember because obviously I started 5th, I believe, and I was P3 by turn 3, so I was like, alright, this could actually go somewhere, and then I saw Fruit got ahead of me again, but I didn't realise, and then we were 3 wide, and then I saw Jonathan on my right, and then Fruit in front of me. I was like, well, if I break early, I'm going to lose out massively, or I just risk it, so I just took the risk, and it paid off.
It was brilliant.
So, I mean, I can't really complain.
We loved it. We loved it. I'm guessing that was probably your moment of the race there, really.
I mean, when we had the first safety car, Lewis, me and him, I mean, he tried catching me out, but I mean, I saw what he was going to do. I managed to keep up, and then we actually pulled the gap to Jonathan behind. We had the second, and then the second one came out, and that kind of ruined me. I knew I'd just let Jonathan through, just slipstream him and save until I made the mistake, and then obviously I just fell back, but I knew I was going to finish on the podium because of penalties.
Yeah, fantastic race for you, P2. Good 18 points in the championship there.
Yeah.
And Lewis, P1. You managed to hold on there. We were a bit thought it was a bit dodgy the amount of running wide at the beginning of the race you were doing into Stowe, but you sort of calmed yourself down a bit after that.
He's saying his PS4 died on the Twitch chat.
Oh.
Oh no, tragedy.
Maybe I can do the interview.
No interview for Lewis, fair enough. What are your guys' thoughts then, Alp and Ferrero Rocher, going into the next races?
No, you go first. Go on, you go first.
Yeah, so Canada last season was my first one, only until today, my podium year, so I'm really looking forward to it. It's one of my best tracks. So, yeah, really excited.
Be interesting to see how many people jump into the Wall of Champions over that race week.
Mate, what? Yeah, I think I'm taking a slightly different approach to you then, because obviously everyone will know I'm on pad, so chicanes don't exactly go well for me. I don't like the Wall of Champions chicane, so chances are I'm expected to bin it, or if I don't bin it, I'm just slow through it and I end up losing by turn 1. But I can only pray.
Can only pray through there. Fair enough. Well, thank you again for putting on an entertaining race. Out with your moves with fruit as it went on. If either of you two end up watching the stream back, there was an absolute unholy battle for P6 down to 15th for the second half of that race. We didn't get to see that much of you guys. We kept popping into fruit and out because they kept swapping positions. But yeah, it was a fantastic British Grand Prix. Anything to say, Titch?
Oh no, that's it.
Fantastic. So we shall see all of you guys, all the viewers, back later this evening for American Tier 2. They will also be at the home of Formula 1 and British Grand Prix at Silverstone. And in the meantime, if you want to go to www.contestofspeed.live to check out our shop, we get lots of fun stuff from there. Hats, t-shirts, notepads. There's a giant beanbag as well if you're that sort of person who wants to sit on a beanbag. And follow us on Twitter and Twitch. Thank you very much, and goodbye.